international economics. So measures to correct BOB disequilibrium. So let us see one by one. First one is a depreciation. A fall in the external value of home currency brought out by market forces against a few specific currencies with which it has adverse balance is called depreciation. After the depreciation, the home currency become cheap. With the result, the product will become cheap. The prices of its product will become more attractive for other currencies to buy. It can export more. The depreciation at the same time makes the import costlier, and it will import less. Thus depreciation will correct deficient in this balance of payment. And second one is a devaluation. Devaluation means the reduction in this external value of home currency brought out by passing an official edit by the government is called devaluation. After this, the home currency becomes cheap in the international market. The product also become cheap and highly competitive. This will boost the export of the home currency. After the devaluation, the valuation of foreign currency will increases. This will discourage the importers. More export and a less import will bring equilibrium in this balance of payment. And third one is a import control. Import control means to control the quantity of goods coming into country to be sold. And next one is a export promotion. Export promotion means the total activity of the government and a state institution which have the positive impact of the export performance of the economy. And then export promotions and exchange control. These measures only calculated for export. And then other three uh, factors measures for import. Production of import substitutes, and next one is a monetary policy, and the last one is a capital imports. There are the number of measures available for correcting the balance of payment disequilibrium. They are divided into two broad groups, namely one is a automatic correction and another one is a deliberate measures. The automatic correction means if the market forces of demand and supply are allowed to play freely, equilibrium will be automatically restored in course of time. So automatically adjusted the market forces. Market forces are demand, supply, and price. These three market forces determined the automatic correction. The free exchange rate system, the automatic adjustment of balance of payment can take place through changes in this variable. Variable means price, interest, income, and capital flow. First one is a price adjustment. The price adjustment means as a result of foreign exchange outflow from a deficient country to surplus country. There will be a fall in the money supply in the deficient country and increases in the money supply in surplus country. The result, the price raise in the price in surplus country will encourage the imports and discourage the export. And then fall in price, so rise in price means surplus country will encourage the imports and discourage the exports. And then fall in price means deficient country will encourage the export and discourage the imports. These two concept adjusted by balance of payment equilibrium. And then third one is a interest rate adjustment. The contraction and expansion. The contraction means reduced, and then expansion means increases. Contraction means decreases, or expansion means increases. Increases or decreases of the money supply resulting from BOB deficient or surplus leads to rise or fall in the rate of interest. Increases means rate of interest high, and then decreases means rate of interest reduced. The rate of interest increases in deficient country will encourage the investors withdraw their fund from abroad and invest their home country, and then opposite happens to the surplus country. Opposite happens means rate of interest reduced, so surplus country encourages the investors to withdraw the fund, or any activity is stopped in the surplus country. And third one is a income adjustment. A nation with a payment surplus will experience raising income which increase imports, and therefore equilibrium is restored in balance of payment. And next one is a capital flow. Fourth one is a capital flow. Changes in the interest rate consequent to the BOB disequilibrium will encourage the capital flow from the surplus nations to deficient nation, helping restoration of the BOB equilibrium. And then next one is a correction of balance of payment disequilibrium. First one is a automatic correction, second one is a deliberate measures. Automatic correction measured for monetary measures, and deliberate measures measured for miscellaneous measures. And then monetary measures means monetary contraction and expansion, and second one is a devaluation, third one is a exchange control. And miscellaneous means foreign loans, incentives, tourism, and others. And trade measures explained, one is a export promotion and import control. So first one is a automatic corrections over. Next, automatic corrections, the four concept factors used. One is a price adjustment, interest rate, and income adjustment, and capital flow. And second one is a deliberate measures. So deliberate measures may be broadly grouped many types. One is the monetary measures, and second one is a trade measures, third one is a miscellaneous measures. First one is a monetary measures. Monetary measures. Monetary measures means high domestic price level in responsible for high imports and low exports. In order to control the inflation, the central monetary authority control the credit. As a result, the price comes down and export increases. Inflation, so general price level increases, so the central monetary authority control the credit. And then second one is a devaluation. Devaluation means deliberate reduction of the official rate at which the domestic currency is exchanged for another currency. So external value of currency in terms of the other currency. The country with the fundamental disequilibrium in this balance of payment may devalue its currency in order to stimulate its export and discourage the imports to correct the disequilibrium. Devaluation makes exports cheaper and import dearer. Export cheaper and import is a dearer, so very close to imports. That means some making a Indian goods is cheaper for foreigners, and a foreign goods are costlier for Indians. And second one is a exchange control. So exchange control means state intervention in this foreign market. It is a popularly method employed to influence the balance of payment position of the country. The receipt of foreign exchange, like exporters are required to surrender the foreign exchange to government. Central bank in exchange for domestic currency by the virtue of control over use of the foreign exchange. The government can control the imports. The too much of imports control would invite more and more smuggled goods. So smuggling of gold into Indian airport regularly happens as per the report in the media. Third one is a trade measures. Trade measures. Trade measures promote export to reduce the import. The first one, export promotions. Export promotions means export may be encouraged by reducing or abolishing of export duty. And then export subsidy, encouraging export production by giving monetary, physical, and physical institutions incentives. So, export subsidy is a government policy to encourage the exports goods and discourage sale of goods in the domestic market through the direct payment. And next one is the low cost loan for tax relief for exporters and government financed international advertising. These are also export subsidy. And then export incentives, the government providing the export incentives often does so in order to keep the domestic product competitive in the global market. And third one is abolition duties. The government on Tuesday abolished the custom duty on export of sugar to 0% from its current level of 20% government release sold. The government has decided to remove the customs duty on export of sugar from its current level of 20% to 0%. And then next one is a import control. Import control may be controlled by imposing or enhancing import duty, restricting import through the import quota, licensing, and even the prohibition of prohibiting altogether the import of a sudden non-essential items, would encouraging for smuggling. So import quota. So import quota is a government. The quota is a government imposed trade restrictions limiting the number or value of goods a country can import or export. And next one is a import duties. The customs duty is a tax imposed on imports and exports of goods. Third one is a import prohibition. Most of the restricted goods can be imported by lifting of such restrictions by the government of importing country by following necessary procedure and formalities. And next one is a miscellaneous measures. In addition to the measures mentioned the above, there are the number of other measures that can help make the balance of payment position more favorable. Like one is a foreign loan. Foreign loan, a loan issued by the foreign government in this form of bonds or other certificates of debit, such as exchange bill or notes, treasury bill or notes, etc. And second one is incentives of foreign investment. The government implemented incentive policy aimed to encourage investor into its domestic market or to promote expansion of existing business. Third one is a tourism development. Tourism development refer to growth and maintenance of the tourism industry in a given locality. And of course, tourism planning is a very important part of this. Incentives for foreign remittance, so these are also given by the government. And then importers, and then export promotion measures. The home country can adopt the export promotions measures to correct disequilibrium in this balance of payment. First one is it can reduce the export duty and offer incentives to exporters. Second one, it can offer subsidy to exporters. Third one, it can offer quality control facility provided the market information and arrange for exhibition comes in the sale in the international market for the export goods manufacturers. Fourth one, it can offer the tax concession or given the tax holiday to export oriented industry. Fifth one, it can provide financial assistance of a cheap interest rate to export goods industries. Sixth one, it can promote the tourism. Next one is a devaluation of Indian currency. So Indian rupee was devalued three times since in 1947, on 29th September in 1949, and second one is on 6th June 1966, and last one is 1st July 1991. First, with the currency devaluation, the 1st July 1991 on a Monday was a no on was on ordinary state to the week for Indian currency market. The economy was in the midst of a full blown balance of payment crisis and a foreign exchange. Foreign exchange reserve had fallen to the level not enough to pay for even a month of imports. At the time, the Indian currency was devalued at three times. Thank you, students.